You know what's funny to me? How dudes from the 90s, they used to bash Wendy Williams and how she talks about rumors and this and that. Now they're doing the same thing. They got a podcast,
Yeah,
they vlog, they're doing the same thing.
exactly.
These same guys.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know,
Because
and it's puzzling.
they saw a door opening that she left open, and that's the grind right there. You could bash this person, but then you go do what she doing and act like, oh, but it's different. No, it's the same.
Yeah.
But the fact is, what Wendy Williams did, I mean, I know she told people business, but here's the facts. She couldn't tell it. Nobody didn't tell her.
Or she didn't see it.
Because she would never see it. She
No?
just know about it. And you know what's so sad about that too? I think the people that are doing that, like Jason and all them, y'all take it down, black people. If y'all go do that, why don't you just show us some white people?
They won't.
I know.
They won't.
They won't because they scared.
Yeah.
Because they know they back in their ass.
They're worried about their channel getting taken down.
But you'll take your own people down.
They'll take their own
to be
people down.
to be rich.
Yeah. Yeah. And I think a lot of these celebrities, man, I think they're culture vultures.
Oh,
a lot of black
agree. I agree with that. I agree with
vulture.
100%.
Dame Dash, #1.
Yeah.
Definitely. Culture vulture.
I've been peeped there. So now we're at the MTV Music Awards. We're backstage. I'm with the boys because they're my friends. So I'm in they got a Range Rover. These niggas had weed and I'm smoking it out of apple. Never did it, but it was amazing. It was sweet. It was great. So then we talk and they like,
wait, describe that. Describe that.
So we get in the car and they got a Range Rover.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay. And then they pull out a bag of apples, a whole bag. I'm like, what the f do with apples? Watch and learn. They can take a pencil, boop, 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 boop. They do like 4 of them. They pass it around. They give you the weed. You put it on top. You burn. You smoke. And it was amazing because the apple scents.
So you make a big enough hole.
Yeah, with a pencil, like down the middle. Right. You don't go all the way through. You stop, half, and then you beat it that halfway. So like this.
Right.
Like a ball.
Oh, okay.
But this is Cali shit. I never do. Right. And you know Cali had the weed. You know what I'm saying?
Right. The legendary Peekaboo.
Being a dancer and becoming a dancer are 2 different things. You know, there's dancers that want to dance, don't know how to do it, so they take classes. And they get a little bit better.
Right.
But they're not a dancer yet. You're not a dancer until you create your own. And that's what made me famous in hip hop. Because any club, everybody was doing what they was doing. I wasn't. I was doing different. And that made them step up and create more. And we had conversations, you know, it was never beef. I mean, I don't like.
But how much can you interact with an artist? Like,
okay, it depends on the artist. Right. It depends on what artist you're working with. Like, with Kid and Play was easy because they were fun. So they wanted to be, because they were older, they wanted to have a youth aspect. Right. So whatever we brought up, you know, if you ever saw the videos, like the one in the school where we had the food fight, it's always their talent is not just the music, it's the acting. So they have to make their videos with a little bit of acting, with fun. And that's what makes them, and the movies, you know, the movies alone made them, you know? And I respect that. And I actually like look up to them. Well, not now, but, you know, I still have some respect for them, you know, because of what the times we spent. But I'm just pissed off, like, y'all niggas got to try to play me like that. Like, and y'all act like that's what makes me mad. Like, y'all know I'm a street nigga. Like, I'm not going to shoot nobody or do that. I'll shoot the 5. Right. 15, 20, whatever the you want. But I just mad that people that supposed to be on your team would do that. Because I could be a foul nigga and go tell a whole bunch of, you know what I'm saying? I could tell a lot of people's business and they know that. But because who I am, I would never do that. Regardless of what they did and ever, it wouldn't even matter.
I respect that.
Yeah. Because you know why? Whatever you do to me, something's going to come back to you. So,
but there's one thing I want to ask you.
Go.
I've heard rumors and I want to hear it from somebody who was there. I don't know if it's a possibility you were there, but
tell me the story.
There are industry parties.
Yes.
And there's multiple doors or 3 doors.
Are you talking about Diddy? Are we talking about Diddy?
We're talking about the doors.
At what club?
Celebrity parties, there's a door. They say if you go through that door, right, anything can happen.
It's true.
Have you ever been to one of those parties?
Yes.
Okay. You want to talk about that?
Well, the best way I could put it to you is like this. I've been to those. I didn't go. I was in the club.
Right.
Then found out about the door.
Mm-hmm.
And when I found out about the door, we was all in the. It was a pool. In this club. There's a pool table where we could play pool. So everybody was playing pool. Well, not everybody. You know, waiting in turn. So everybody's like, "I dare you to go in here." I was like, "How much?" And everybody kept doing that and put them in together. And I went through the door. And this is how I did it. I walked through the door, never stopped walking. Just, hey, good to see you. Hey, Pink, what you doing here? And went, because there's another door to go out.
Right.
And I went out that door, went down the stairs, came back up the stairs, and said, give me my money.
Right.
So, yes.
What did you see?
I'm not gonna diverge that.
Okay.
Well, I'll tell you this. There were couches where nobody was fully naked.
Right.
Because it was just starting, I guess. Mm-hmm. But yeah. Mm-hmm. You know, there's a lot of people in this industry that are freaks. Like, and then here's the part: you're whether you're a singer or rapper, now you have a name and everybody knows you, so you're a little, famous or whatever. Mm-hmm. I mean, but all these niggas is freaks, Yeah. And the problem is that especially for the singers, like they the ones that feel like, oh, you gotta fuck me. Mm-hmm. Oh, you gotta fuck me. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But like I said, I've been to some parties, but not to go to the sex parties. But I've been at parties. I've been at a party that I didn't even know it was a sex party going on.
Right.
Until I went to a balcony to go open the door to get on the fire escape to smoke a blunt. And when I came back in, the guy was like, close the door, you gotta come in. And I'm in another room. I'm like, what? This ain't what the fuck? I was like, oh no, this ain't the room I'm supposed to be in. But right. I know a lot of artists, their bands, backup singers. Mm-hmm. So, right. I've never had an issue. Like, nobody's gonna force me to do nothing. Like, think about, Pigger, what you doing here? Right. Because, I've been around Keith Sweat, Jackie McGee's like family to us. It's so many people, like, even on my album, Upside Down, the girl that sings on my album is the girl that sings on Salt-N-Pepa's. That did the What a Band, all that stuff. Yeah.
Right.
And she's from Brooklyn.
Right.
So, like, in the industry, the one thing you learn is that when people know that you know things, somebody will say to you, just because you know it don't mean you got to tell it.
True.
And you don't want to be telling them that somebody gonna come and get you, because Diddy was knocking niggas off. Okay, I'm just saying that's what they say on the thing. I mean, if somebody was talking, they got erased. I don't want to be erased.
I mean, you believe that, or you're just assuming?
No, I know for a fact.
Okay.
I'm not saying that he did it.
Right.
But I'm just saying people have died, and there was never no investigation. Mm-hmm. There was no. Well, what happened to him is like, oh, it was just brushed under the rug.
Right.
And like for example, recently, Misa said that Justice is not his son. And we found out who whose father is, but he died right before Justin was born.
Wolf, right?
But who got rid of Wolf? Because Wolf was a problem to get rid of, okay?
Right.
So it had to take some high level to get rid of Wolf, okay?
Yeah.
That's all I got to say.
Yeah.
But I'm not getting into that because it's none of my business. But at the same time, I'm really good friends with Misa. So, we used to be in the club together, and she always shows me love. But like, I'm glad that she protected her kids, because it's crazy. But like, beyond the Diddy thing.
Yeah.
What about the other part of this? So, all the 90s, everything was hardcore. And because of some of the R. Kelly or whatever, then you find out niggas. And that just confuses the out of me. Like, how do you walk around like you a nigga and y'all, I just don't, like, I have gay friends. I have gay family. You know what I'm saying? And they don't even act like this.
Right.
And I'm just shocked that, like, the whole time, like, okay, they tried to expose Father MC because, so, and Father's my nigga. I'ma hold him down. Like, nah, he didn't do that. Y'all ain't got no proof. But anyway. But the point is, while we went through the 90s and all And then we get here and we see all these niggas. Like, what the f? So y'all telling me y'all was gay all this time? And y'all became famous? This pissed me off.
Right.
Not that I want to be gay.
Right.
But I want to be rich, though.
Yeah.
I would like to be financially secure. But that just my head up. And then I start thinking. Because I remember when Will Smith got the deal to do the show, and he was moving to California, he had Salt-N-Peppa did the concert there. And he invited us to his house. He had multiple houses, too.
Right.
It was crazy. And so I was cool with the dancers that danced with him at the time because we knew each other. So they was like, come on, we're going to go to the other house. I said, the other house? Okay, we went to the other house. But it wasn't no freak. Because he was, he was moving back. He was going to California. But I met his first baby mother because that was the house she was living in. And I knew her from an event we did in like Arkansas, no, with BET. It was rain and they just washed it up.
Right.
But like, she was a great girl. And I liked her as a person. Like, she was very like down to earth and, straight up. But like I said, I didn't see that in Freaky. But when we go to the back of the house where the pool is at, I just saw all these people. And I'm like, well, why are those people just sitting there? Like, and it was weird because like the lady, I'm like, oh, those are your friends? She's like, no, those are Will's people. I was like, okay.
Yeah.
But I didn't know anything then.
Did Pepper ever date Will?
I think they messed around. That's all I can say.
Yeah.
Because I think she had a crush.
Okay.
I don't really know. I just felt like it was possible.
Right.
But to come to find out later, like all these people, like, oh my God. And even the nigga from Love and Hip Hop that used to produce for Diddy. That
Stevie
freaked
J?
me out. I was like, because he get
Stevie J.
yeah, like he the nigga get supposedly,
Right.
However ratchet,
Right.
So it just blows my mind. And then it makes me think.
But why were you surprised? Because back then, we know about In the Closet or Down Low Brothers.
Yeah,
Remember?
but I can read between that.
Okay.
But this, I was around these people like that every day.
Right.
But the fact that every time with this whole situation, people are names coming up, like, oh my God. And it'd be shocking, like, and it just makes me go like, what the?
Right.
And so what really boggles my mind is like, so we was being heterosexual, trying to be hard, whatever, that. And then you find out all these niggas are playing both sides of the table. And then even down low, it's beyond down low.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So that just my head up, like, how does that work? Like, how do you trap all this inside you and act like it ain't really happening? That's what strong being to do that. Yeah. And then, is this all about the Illuminati or whatever? Because, I hear the stories. I don't know,
Have you experienced a lot of verbal abuse, physical abuse?
Never.
No, okay. Have you seen
it? If anybody had a verbal situation with me, it was me coming right back at you. My mouth is no balls. Right. I don't play no games. I'm not the toughest nigga in the world, but I will fight, and it ain't a problem. But ain't nobody gonna talk to me out of pocket because I'm giving it right back to you. So nobody you danced for, none of their KWAME I had problems with, but never in the sense of words. Like, okay, so oh God. So one day we was in this bullshit ass hotel and they had curtains. So when I got my room, open the curtains, and they had like a little, not a balcony, but a little walkway where you could walk down and see the other rooms, and they had these little winding stairs. So I went to one of the dancers' rooms and I banged on the window and I was like, and I scared her. He was like, He's like, come on, let's go scare KWAME. So we went to go scare KWAME. KWAME sitting on the bed. He done opened up one of the curtains where you can see through. And the girl got mad because she was KWAME too. So then he took it upon himself to say that I went and blew him up. I didn't know that this was going on. So we had a show. I think it was in DC. He punched me at DC at the Black Hole. And the Black Hole is like my fan because I've been going to, I'm from North Carolina, so we used to go to dance. I love DC. I love go-go. And we had a road manager, Drew. So the nigga snuffs me and Drew blocks me from hitting the back. Because of the situation with the girl. Yeah, but the problem is, KWAME is out here and lying to them. And then they find out. But I didn't know none of this. I had no idea that they were even messing around. I didn't know no girl was in the room. I mean, we just had walked into the hotel. Where did he get a girl from?
Right.
So it was just crazy.
Yeah.
Other than that, he punched me, but it was like, but I got him back. I got him back.
Mm.
And like, what's crazy is that, like Kwame now, I heard he just moved to Harlem,
Okay.
and I'm happy for him. I got no hard against, but I feel like as men, if we see each other, it might be a fight because he did a lot of dirt to me, like sneak punch me and run and hide behind security type.
Mm.
And
So that is abuse.
yeah, no, that wasn't abuse. That was just
Oh, okay.
because it was light work. I didn't have no bruise or nothing.
Right.
My eye wasn't cut, because he's a,
Right.
you know.
Were you still dancing for him at the time?
I kept dancing. I kept making my money.
Okay.
Until it was time to be over,
Mm.
And when it was time to be over, I left him for Tommy Mottola.
Okay.
Kid and Play are like Herbie's best friends. They all grew up together.
Mm-hmm.
And I always had a good relationship with them. I never had no issues. I mean, we pranked each other, of course, And the part about the video where they talk about, see, this is what happened. They pranked me. They stripped at Houston. They stripped me butt naked outside. I had to walk in the hotel. Right. And I walked in with pride, holding my shit. Down the elevator, didn't care.
Right.
Didn't cry, wasn't upset about it. But I'm going to get you back.
Right.
So I got him back. And the next day at the next tour, we had just arrived there. Everybody, we was getting ready to perform, whatever. So I had been hiding from them all the time. They couldn't find me. But I had to get dressed, so they caught me in the dressing room. Pac helped me. Me and Pac was like boys on tour. Mm-hmm. And he helped me, do that. But did he switch back? I was like, you sucker. So anyway, and this was live on MTV.
Right.
What happened? Because my mother called me like right after. All they did was throw me on the ground, pull my pants out. Everybody was smacking my ass. That's all they did. Nobody kicked me. Nobody punched me. But for him to be like, oh, we're going to beat his ass. Like, come on, why are you playing these games like this, Right. And to make another point, we've been doing this for years, pranking each other, and you get them back. Okay, cool. But you can never get me back by yourself. You got to get a whole group of niggas to get me back. You see what I'm saying?
Right.
But at the end of the day, I it was just fun playing tricks. That's what they do. Mm-hmm. Where they're from East Amherst, all they do is prank each other. So now that I got involved, it's like, oh, well, you're not one of us. Bitch, I ain't got to be one of you. I'm me, nigga.
Right.
And so I wasn't mad about, getting spanked. It was part of the game. But what I'm upset about or hurt about, these are people that I've never disrespected in any way. I may have left, the camp or whatever to move on to my own path, but it feels like y'all gonna change it. And like, Kid and Play. I mean, well, Kid, he was bad on alcohol for a while, whatever, with his life. Mm-hmm. But for him to come out and talk like he gangster, you've never been a gangster. You've never been a street nigga. Mm-hmm. But to talk like, oh yeah, we're gonna fuck him. Really, nigga? And it just hurt because, they know it was all play fun. But to make it seem like more, especially when they went on Matt Hoffa's show. Right. Because Matt asked about, what's that all about? They tried to play, because, they around these niggas. They want to, I'm like, y'all niggas is clowns. And, it hurt a little bit because these are people that I look at as brothers, like family. About 3 years ago, Play decided that he wanted to do a documentary about hip hop dance. But knowing Play, it wasn't going to happen anyway because by the time he started to do it, he filmed us and talked to us and all that. He changed it to the females because Play is a player. Mm. He loves females. That was his thing in the day. And I'm not mad about it. But the part about it that pisses me off is that you brought us together to film us and then you changed your mind and changed the whole documentary. And that's cool because you're right. But you could at least let us know. But here's where the thing changed. All the dancers that danced for Idol Makers, I brought in. I brought in Shane and Salima for Sweet Tea. I brought in the dancers that they needed for any other group because I knew the dancers. Now, other than that, it is what it is. But like I said, I'm the type of nigga that if I see talent, I'm going to give them an opportunity, because I feel like we all need opportunities, especially in the 90s where we're like ragamuffin kids. It was a different time. We wasn't up like it is now. And so anybody that I could help get a job, I would get a job. I would plug them, and everybody knows that about me. Like, I'm the guy that's going to help if you're talented enough to do it. You know what I'm saying? But I just feel like I feel disrespected because
Did you think they would go public and take a shot at you? Did you
I
expect that?
never thought it would go that far, because everybody knows what happened that day. Even when I walked in the hotel, we was pranking each other all night back and forth. So to make it seem like on some gutter shit, like, nigga, you not even gutter. You butter, nigga. Like, real talk. And that shit made me feel like, damn, I thought we was fam. Like, I
Right.
would never go nowhere and talk dirt about these niggas.
Right.
But yet still y'all did it to me. So I'm gonna tell the truth. Y'all fake niggas and y'all playing games because the whole hearse, y'all started the prank shit and then put it on me like I'm the bad guy because I out pranked you. But the sad part is that wasn't we brothers or did we have a connection of family at some point in time? It was a time where Kid and Play had to do a show in North Carolina, and they had to do a couple of shows, and it was snowing. And we was on this little ass plane that I was scared we were gonna die. They brought me to go dance for them because they couldn't bring the girls. And I was like, oh, wow, that's, I felt like, honored. You know what I'm saying? But yet still, and I've always respected them because I looked at them like that they big brothers. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't know, fighting shit or, we could talk shit and all that, but I've never disrespected them. And to take something that happened 4 or 5 or 10 years or whatever the fuck it was, and speak on it as if it's happened today, it's violation.
Right.
Because to keep it real, they say Play back in the day was the tough nigga. He used to rob niggas. He's a street nigga. I don't know. I wasn't there. But at the end of the day, what you were and what you are today is a different thing. So for you to speak on me in a negative way, like I did something foul or dirty or try to belittle me, makes you belittle yourself.
Right.
Because, if I ever see them, I'm gonna speak on it. Like, I'm not scared. I don't hold my tongue. It ain't about fighting either. We grown.
Right.
But I can say what I gotta say to you and make sure you hear it and hold it in your fucking heart, because I would never go nowhere and talk shit. And don't get it twisted. I know a lot of secrets. If I was a bum nigga, like and trying to be like Jaguar, right, and tell everybody business, which I would never do because it's none of my goddamn business.
Right.
I stay in my lane and I always keep people. But if we have a problem, I will tell you something in your face. I'll let you know what it is. Nigga, like, yo, you violated, and I never violated you. I've never disrespected you. So at this point, we're not cool no more. We don't have to say hello. We don't have to speak. We don't have to acknowledge each other because I feel violated.
Right.
Over y'all trying to make yourself seem like y'all on the level of Math Hoffa and them when y'all not. As men, as beings. Because you want to make him see that you a real nigga, right? Okay. Well, Kid said, he went through hard times because he had problems or whatever. He was drinking. But if you look at Kid, and do you ever see somebody that looks like that after drinking? I mean, you have to be drinking for 20 years for that.
Right.
So there was more involved than just drinking. I know that because I come from a long line of drug addicts. Okay?
But
I'm not saying he was
have you
doing
ever
drugs.
seen more?
Huh?
Have you ever seen more?
Have I ever seen more?
Right.
More of what?
You said it's more than liquor. So
yeah,
like,
because I got family that I've seen do drugs and I watched them over time. And liquor fucks you up from here. Drugs fuck you up here over time. I'm not saying he did drugs, but I just say I'm looking at him and that's what I see.
Right.
Because Kid had a great face, always young, fresh, whatever. Then I'm like, damn, what the fuck happened to you? But anyway, that's just a little bit of, But like I said, I'm not saying he did it. I just said the look of way he turned out gives me that look,
Right.
But the point I'm saying is that I won't disrespect nobody. I don't tell people's business. People always come up to me, tell me a secret that you know, and I'm like, no, and I know a lot. I've been a lot of places. I've been places I shouldn't have been, but I wasn't caught. So that's the point.
Right.
And like, I have a thing with me that now, if it was years ago, it'd be different. I'd be out here wilding, balling on these niggas. I don't let what somebody does to me turn me into them.
Gotcha.
I don't gotta be you. Cause that shit fell off me like shower water. I'm offended because we supposed to be fans. But as the statement, it doesn't matter because I don't really give a fuck anyway. But someday, when this comes out and people start hearing, I'm the guy, Math, and they lied to you. They're telling you falsehood stories to cover shit up. And it's the same thing with Salt and Pepper. They saying that I didn't choreograph them. The whole neighborhood lives in that neighborhood, knows everybody. And they all like, damn, that's foul. They did that to you. You did all that work. And everybody knows because they was there while we was rehearsing.
Why wouldn't they want to give you your credit?
Because Salt and Pepper they had to fight to get their rights back from Herbie. You know that, right? So I feel like the reason they want to do it, they want to show that they are the women that built their own selves. And that's not true. Because you didn't even write the rhymes. You know? When they did the last album, Cheryl was writing hard. She was writing shit. She was going hard. And I saw it, you know? And I respect it. But at the same time, why is it that for you to win, you have to belittle other people? That it's not even a threat to you. And that hurts. Because you act like we were just, pawns for your life. Like we didn't have no dreams. The difference between Salt and Pepper and other people like that's pursuing music, don't worry about it, is that they feel they are obliged, or what's the word? Like they feel like, oh, we stars, but you're not the only stars. You know what I'm saying? And y'all hood stars at this time. Okay, down the road y'all got bigger, and y'all should because y'all the first female rappers. I give you that. But the reality is this right here. How can you be what you say you are when you're trying to put yourself on a paddle, but you're disrespecting young people that's going to be the next generation? You see what I'm saying?
Right.
And as of the music from the 90s, how it was, whatever, all the hip hop, that has changed now, right?
Right.
Like music has totally changed. And my issue is like, why I feel like this. As I got older, I opened the doors for the next younger group. I try to help people like get to their level. I can't do it for you, but I want to help you. Nobody from the 90s that was rapping was trying to help young people move into the business. They were using us for their own situations. And that was cool because we were getting paid for it. So that's what we was there for. But to look back and look at your lineage, like you could talk about the rappers from Texas, Ghetto Boys, for example. We did a lot of shows with them, and I love them niggas. The niggas are so down to earth. And like to look at what, they've done as a group and what Homeboy did as an executive, because, he ran a couple labels, you know what I'm saying? That's amazing. That's shit I wanted to do.
Right.
And like, you would think that in the hip hop community that we would stay clustered, especially in the 90s, to keep it tight. Everybody not everybody, certain people wanted to be superstars in a way or whatever. And that's cool. But the truth is the reason why shit got leaked is because motherfuckers couldn't stay true to what we had in the 90s. As the 90s was growing, as we got to 99 and hit 2000, you had West Coast, Atlanta was making music, Florida was making music, and New York was always at the top tier. But the problem was we should have been building with the other it's America's one country.
Right.
So even though West Coast gonna have their sound, Florida's gonna have their sound, Atlanta's gonna have their sound, what's wrong with that? That's great. But there should have been, like today you see artists doing collabs with other artists. In the 90s, you never see no collabs. Because everybody was fighting. It was rough. It was dirty. It was like, I got to get mine first. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And like, I respect some of that, but I just feel like we're living in a time now like that has changed. The 90s is, I tell people all the time, stop doing that. The 90s is over. You can't bring back the past. You know what I'm saying? And that's my issue with a lot of things. People trying to bring back the past or try to bring up shit from the past,
Right.
And that's a big issue. So like, as a dancer or even just a person that's pursuing his dreams, you would think that you're helping these people because everybody loved the videos, okay? Everybody, oh, you killed that. But yet and still, that ain't enough because they have to act like they did it all when you didn't. We know you didn't do it, from the first Salt and Pepper song that they made, the Go Against Rick. Everybody knew they didn't write that. It was known.
Right.
So why play this game, like, to belittle other people because you've been belittled? You know?
Right.
I don't have any hard feelings against Salt and Pepper. I actually love them. I do. I just look at certain things that had happened the way they happened, I didn't like. But I was young, so I had to deal with it. But I didn't dance for them long. Like, I didn't dance for them. I was through Kwame.
What you think about having Spinderella, I think, in the
I feel that's
biopic?
foul.
Yeah.
I feel it's foul. I feel at the point the time that Spinderella been with them, y'all should have been working together. At the end of the day, y'all a group. Okay, y'all are the two artists, Salt and Pepper, because that's what it says, but it says featuring Spinderella. But I don't know what's up with that. I think that's a girl thing. Maybe they didn't get along or they didn't like her or whatever the case may be.
To you, were they really close behind the scenes?
Pep and Cheryl were close.
Okay.
Spin was close enough. At one time, she was really close because she was engaged with Heavy D's DJ.
Mm-hmm.
But something happened. They broke up. I don't know. And so they were kind of close. And then when that happened, I think things started to spread apart because it was about money. How they gonna split the money up at the shows or how much she should get paid. Cheryl would seem like that she was, upset. Maybe she was getting more money. Or I really don't know the whole thing, but I do know it was just tension every time you were around me. You know what I'm saying? So I would just get away from. I don't want to be around this shit because I don't want to be around evil bitches mad at each other because that shit could dwell on you and fuck you up or something. But I felt that Spin deserved what she was doing. I mean, she's a fucking dope female DJ. She was at the battle DJs and won. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that changed the game for her. So now she's doing radio and stuff like that. So that's good. But it's foul. Like, it's really foul. Like, Herbie put y'all together. Mm-hmm. Herbie created y'all. So for you to act like she don't belong, how? That's what I'm saying. And don't act like she don't know what she doing. Because she know how to DJ. She know how to do everything.
Right.
So it's just the fact that in certain times, like when you're in groups, people want to be dominant in the group and they want to have the last word and say what they want to say. So that's part of it. But for me, I felt that she was done wrong. I really did. And I told her, I said, I'm on your side because that don't make any sense. You need to. And then again, how long is Salt and Pepper going to be honest? Like, I mean, I'm 53, so they got to be 60, right?
Right.
So they retired. They got good homes, they got good lives, and happy, more power to it, But I was really tight with Pepper because she's a hood girl, know. So I'll be with her a lot. Salt is more religious, She comes from a great background of family, Mm-hmm. So she's not the party girl. Right. Cheryl is. And also Dee Dee, because I was tight with Dee Dee too. And Dee Dee used to always get the business because the Salt and Pepper didn't
Spinderella.
they'd Spinderella. They didn't really want her to be a part of the group or get money or whatever the case may be. I felt that they were more above her. And I don't know how that goes. But the same thing is the same. When they say that, it's funny because like when we're dancers and we're dancing like for artists and they have a DJ, the DJ gets paid more than us.
Right.
Okay. But over the years, as of now, dancers get paid more than the DJs. Chris Brown.
How about that?
Not back then. You had to work. You had to prove yourself. And even when you proved yourself, you didn't get no acknowledgement from the hip hop artists. Mm-hmm. And I'm only speaking about the ones I know. Salt and Pepper. They never acknowledged what we do or how we do it. They just felt like we were there to fix their shit and make them look good.
Was dancing like a passion for you coming up as a kid?
It was a dream that I already had. My grandmother told me that my aunt had babysitted me one time and she was a bartender and she took me with her to the bar. And when James Brown came on, I jumped off the chair and started dancing. And I was probably like 4 or 5.
Right.
And they always remembered that. I didn't though. But as I went forward, dance just called to me. I could dance. I knew how to dance. Down south we go to roller skate rink. You roller skate for a couple hours and you dance. So, and I was just always good enough to be able to do whatever was going on at that time. The 80s and all that. But what I realized after Alvin Ailey, going into the modern, because I did want to go into like Broadway and all that. But then when I started to like go to park jams and go places and see like Brooklyn and the Bronx and Harlem, and I'm seeing these kids dancing, and I'm like, they okay, but I'm not gonna tear them down, but it opened a door for me. And then when I realized when I got into hip hop, especially with choreography,
Right.
so even though we're gonna do hip hop moves, we still can avalate, you know, modern modern moves. One of the best styles of dancing that I love that's a modern is it's a style where they created this style where there's like 5 different styles of it. So it's basically lyrical. It's called lyrical dance, where you're dancing to the words. Your movements. You might have seen like those dance competitions and stuff, but now they've made a lyrical hip hop, which is a mixture of modern but hip hop moves and technique. So those doors opening where you're merging different styles together is where growth always happens. Because even when it happens with their first growth, the next generation or the next person is going to add to it. You see what I'm saying? And that's what makes hip hop a diverse like style, because you could do hip hop with modern. There's hip hop modern. You know what I'm saying? And I never thought that would happen. But I'm glad it did, because it paints a picture of what hip hop is like. They try to downgrade us in the '90s when we were dancing, because when we would go to auditions, they'd be like, "Oh, you're a street dancer, a street dancer, girl, you never dance on the street." But they tried, the white people that was in charge. She was like, "Oh no, you're too street." 6 months later, here they come. "Oh, we want you to do a video." No, thank you. Well, why not? Because the last time you told us we were street dancers. But now we found out we're not street dancers, because hip hop has turned over a leaf, and now you want to be a part of it. And let me tell you something else. The worst part of hip hop is that when we're out there dancing, it's okay. But when we dance for artists, they flip on us and like, okay, I'll give you an example. We did Salt-N-Pepa's Get Up. Remember that video, Get Up? The whole Bowery Boy shit. We did the whole choreography ourselves. You know what I'm saying? Salt-N-Pepa, I helped. Everybody helped. The next thing I know, when we doing the video, they hired this white woman to come in and put the jazz hands in from the movie. And I looked at her like, this is the shit I'm talking about. You know what I'm saying? And it was so disrespectful, and it was just like, wow.
Right.
And these supposed to be your peoples, your fam.
Right.
But I learned a lot being with artists that I, toured with, and when I got like my 20s, I started to understand like you can't be playing all the time. You know what I'm saying? Things had changed. And so Digital Underground, not shock, not shake, not shock.
Right.
The light skinned nigga, everybody was in the room, so I go to their room to check on them. They locked the door behind me, like, "You ain't leaving." I'm like, "You got to get initiated." Initiated what? What the fuck y'all talking about? I don't play no initiations, nigga.
Right.
And Ice Cube was sitting in the chair. Now, Ice Cube came in the middle of the tour. He came with Booyah Tribe. I know Booyah Tribe.
Right. Right.
So he didn't speak to me or nothing. I was trying to say, "What's up, Cube?" But I was like, don't do it too much. That's Cube. But he was checking me. So when I came in the room, I said, "Why y'all got me in here with Q? Q don't even like me. I've been trying to say what's up, give him love. He won't even let me." He looked at me and said, "What you need to give me love for?" I said, "Not like that, nigga. Like love of your music, of who you are in the game, nigga."
Right.
I was like, "Don't be trying to switch my words up with no bullshit, because I know what you be doing." And he started laughing.
Right.
I said, "I made this nigga laugh."
Yeah.
I said, "Now what the fuck did y'all talking about? I gotta get what's going on?"
Initiated.
This is the craziest shit in the world. These niggas had 2 fat bitches in the bed. And they said for me to be, part of the family, I gotta fuck one of these bitches. I was so fucking mad.
Right.
The next thing I know, the lights go on. So I get on, I fuck the bitch. I'm like, damn. Then it's all of a sudden, I just feel all this wet shit. Like, I don't know if it's sweat, whatever. So I get up, I go to the bathroom, cut the light on, and all you hear is a white girl scream, "Ah!" This bitch had blood all over me.
Oh wow.
They in there fucking hell no. So I get in the shower.
Right.
I take a shower, wash off, get my clothes back on, and I come out. "Y'all motherfuckers, y'all make me sick." I turn the light on. Flick. when that light hit, they saw that blood in that goddamn bed, everybody jumped up.
Yeah.
I said, y'all some bitches. This ain't no initiation. This is a tragedy. And I got the fuck out that room. All I want to say to anybody that watch this podcast, I just need to tell my truth a little bit because I keep getting sabotaged by fake friends or false friends or whatever. But the one thing you can always know about me, and anybody will tell you, I keep it a thou wow, and I never lie, and I never cheat. So look out for me when you see me again. Peace.